that there's been a few days, have you guys been able to put into context exactly what Charli accomplished, which statistically speaking is one of the greatest games that's ever been had at this university?
I would just say that game, it meant a lot to all of us. I mean, just for us playing hard, like Coach said, we didn't play nearly as hard as we did in the SMU game, but I feel like my teammates in particular found me in a lot of open spots. It wasn't just me. I feel like the opportunities presented themselves when they did, when we executed well offensively, when Coach called plays at certain times. When someone's hot, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So we just continued to do what we needed to do in order to get the win that day.
I've seen lots of performances in 35, 36 years in coaching, and that's certainly one of the most dominant. You know, again, I thought her teammates did a great job of setting her up and made some really good passes to her. High-low obviously was a big part of that, but she made 2 threes. She made one coming down running the left wing like a guard, caught it in stride and turned it loose. And I mean, she's got a unique skill set, y'all, and she's got a chance, I think, to be one of the greatest ever here. And there's been some great ones here, y'all. You're talking about Larissa Davis and Annette Smith. There's been some great players here in the history of women's basketball, and this one right here can be in part of that elite group. She's got that kind of skill set, and she's created a little bit of a challenge for me in that, you know, I'm gonna kind of take pride in being the mad scientist and trying to put her in some different, unique, you know, positions where she can take advantage of some of the things that she can do. So it's going to be fun, and we just, you know, we've just got to continue to get better and keep working as a team. But I think she would tell you, her teammates, you know, they did a great job of setting her up and giving her. And again, 14 for 15 at the free throw line. How many 6'5s can walk up there and shoot free throws like she can? Probably jinxed.
Howard, you're up.
Appreciate it. Vic, Charli, good to chat with you both as always. Vic, if I could start with you, I have one for each of you. Specific to Charli's game, when you first took this job, you talked about the importance of reaching out to Charli and you know, making sure to have her as I think you said something like a base of operations, but what, if anything, is different, improved beyond even what you knew of her game when she came in and when you came in last spring?
Well, I think the one thing that stands out for me is from day one, her motor just runs at a really high level. Individual workouts, you know, she doesn't even take off a play in individual workouts. I mean, she's explosive in everything she does in an individual workout. And so her work ethic really impressed me early on, and it's never wavered. Practices, you know, very rarely does she down there taking herself out of something that we're doing. And there's other players that need to get in and get reps, but not very often is she one to take herself out of something. And that's a sign of a great player. You know, if she makes a mistake, she gets out. If there's a consequence, and then she gets back in and we fix it, and she's moving on. But I've seen her improve from the first individual that we had in the middle of July to right now by leaps and bounds. And yet I still feel like she's got a ways to go to really be the best she can be. She hasn't seen a great, you know, to me, she still hasn't seen a great defensive team yet, and how people are going to challenge her. And, you know, but I do think we'll be able to play through her. And that's important. When you got a big and you can play through them, that's really important. And I think Charli possesses that skill that's going to allow us to play through her on some nights when she might have 3 people hanging on her like clothes on a clothesline. So she's unique, Howard. She's got a really unique skill set that allows her to be put in a bunch of different situations to be successful.
Well, that's actually a jumping off point for my question for you, Charli, which is, you know, Vic talks about how unique you are, and certainly your development level at this point in your career is singular. But there are more and more players at the next level. You know, we've seen the last 3 MVPs at the WNBA level are 6'4", 6'5", and capable of doing a lot of inside outside. And I wonder whether you think your development as a player growing up had anything to do with seeing more and more of those models, and how much of that stems from, you know, that becoming more of the more common, let's say, at the very highest level in the game.
Yeah, I definitely think it makes you more hard to guard. Growing up, I saw players like I looked up to Candace Parker, like Asia Wilson, people like that, and just watching them play, you know, they can go down low, they can step out. It makes you really hard to guard. And I feel like when you're one-dimensional, you're limited. But I feel like if you have the skill set that I have, which is unique, and you keep building on it, it makes you harder to guard. And speaking about the next level, I mean, it's more common in the next level because there are 6'7" posts, and you can't be 6'3", you know, 6'2" down low at the post. So you have to build your game to where you can be hard to guard. And I feel like possessing a skill set, shooting outside and dribbling, things like that can put you in a good position, and have a good coach to put you in a position to make plays for your team and not just be one dimensional.
Thank you both.